Assalamu alaikum, 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Asma Hafiz. First, the headlines. Second phase of China-Pakistan Free Trade Agreement will be signed during Prime Minister's proposed visit to China this month. Information Minister has once again invited the opposition parties to evolve a consensus on military codes to act decisively against the menace of terrorism. Foreign Minister says Pakistan favors participation of all Afghans in the Afghan peace process. A prominent Indian journalist says Pakistan's Kartarpur Corridor initiative has sent a wave of jubilation amongst Sikh community across the world. In occupied Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 2 Kashmiri youth in Shopian today. North Korean leader has shown willingness to meet with his US counterpart a third time if Washington comes to the table with the right attitude. And now the news in detail. The second phase of China-Pakistan Free Trade Agreement will be signed in Beijing during the forthcoming visit of Prime Minister Imran Khan to China this month. This was stated by Advisor to Prime Minister on Commerce and Investment Abdur Razak Daud while talking to China Economic Net at the second International Textile Exhibition in Lahore. He said the best exporters from Pakistan will go with the Prime Minister to Beijing to discuss various projects with Chinese businessmen. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain has once again invited the opposition parties to sit together to evolve a consensus on military codes to act decisively against terrorism. Addressing Dosti Sports Festival at Kewara near Pind Dadan Khan this afternoon, he said the National Action Plan was agreed by all political parties of the country and needs to be implemented in unison. The minister said successful operations against terrorism have largely eradicated this menace from the country, and the sporadic terrorist attacks cannot break out will against this courage. Chaudhry Fawad Hussain said whole Pakistan is in grief over the targeting of Hazara community members in Quetta. He said terrorist attack in New Zealand last month demonstrates that no country is immune from violence. Chaudhry Fawad Hussain said the PTI government has brought a new foreign policy and soon Pakistan will lead the whole region. He said Prime Minister Imran Khan is being recognized an important leader of world stature who is leading the country towards a prosperous future. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says Pakistan believes that peaceful and negotiated settlement is the only way forward in Afghanistan. In a statement, he said there is no military solution to the Afghan conflict and all parties should fully commit to peace process. He said Pakistan has strongly supported all efforts for peace with participation of all Afghans. Minister for National Health Services, Regulations and Coordination Amir Mahmood Kiani has ordered to conduct special audit of the Drug Regulatory Authority with regard to prices. In this regard, the Ministry of National Health Services has written a letter to the Auditor General of Pakistan on the direction of Amir Mahmood Kiani. The minister said the audit is aimed at ensuring provision of low-cost and standardized medicines to the masses. He emphasized the need for running the Drug Regulatory Authority on the basis of high standard of performance and transparency. Minister for Railways Sheikh Rashid Ahmad says Pakistan Railways has started 24 new trains in the past few months to facilitate people and increase revenue. Addressing a ceremony at Karachi Chamber of Commerce and Industry today, he said CPAC also includes projects of trains that will further improve the railways situation. Sheikh Rashid said Sir Syed Express will also be inaugurated soon. Chief Justice of Pakistan Asif Saeed Khan Khosa has said the initiative of model courts has been taken to ensure delivery of expeditious justice to the people. Addressing a conference in Islamabad today, he said it is the responsibility of every organ of the state to work towards provision of speedy and inexpensive justice to the masses.
Justice sector is suffering because of lack of attention of the Parliament. The Law Commission has already submitted about 70 reports to the Parliament and to the Law Ministry for attending to different parts of laws which need attention, which need amendment. So I would request that as we have taken responsibility on our side, the Parliament and the Executive should also show similar interest in the justice sector so that the whole thing can be reformed and it starts delivering.
The Chief Justice said that we have tried to impress upon the IGPs to ensure that investigations are completed within the given time frame and then challans are timely presented before the courts. He said the model trial courts will not grant adjournments in order to ensure timely conclusion of cases. He appreciated the performance of the judges of the model courts. This is Radio Pakistan. Sikh community will celebrate Baisakhi festival at Gurdwara Panja Sahib in Hasan Abdal tomorrow. More than 2,200 Sikh pilgrims have arrived in Pakistan from India to participate in the annual celebrations. Minister for Religious Affairs Peer Nurul Haq Qadri and Chairman Evacuee Trust Board Tahir Ehsan will be the chief guests at the main ceremony of Baisakhi festival called Bhog Akand Path Sahib at Gurdwara Panja Sahib. Meanwhile, Punjab Chief Minister Sardar Usman Buzdar has welcomed Sikh pilgrims who are in Pakistan to participate in the annual celebrations of Baisakhi festival. In a statement, he said efforts have been made to provide best facilities to the Sikh pilgrims to enable them to carry out their rituals in peaceful and comfortable environment. Prominent Indian journalist Chanchal Manohar Singh, who is in Pakistan for Baisakhi Mela, has said the initiative taken by Prime Minister Imran Khan and Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa to open the Kartarpur corridor has sent a wave of jubilation amongst Sikh community across the world. Speaking in a program of Radio Pakistan's News and Current Affairs channel today, he expressed the confidence that work on Kartarpur corridor project will be completed in the given time frame, keeping in view the interest and dedication shown by the Pakistani government. Chanchal Manohar Singh hailed the arrangements made by Pakistan for Baisakhi Mela. Renowned religious scholar Mufti Munibur Rahman has said that the BJP leadership cannot deprive Muslims and other minorities in their country from the Indian nationality as they are living in India over the last many decades. In an interview with News and Current Affairs channel of Radio Pakistan today, he regretted BJP's posture towards Muslims and other minorities, saying that the extremist elements in India are bent upon pitching followers of different faiths against each other. In occupied Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 2 youth in Shopian district today. Meanwhile, people took to the streets in the area and staged forceful demonstrations against the killing of the youth. Indian police and troops fired pellets and tear gas shells to disperse the protesters. Over 20 demonstrators were injured in the brutal actions of the force's personnel. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has shown willingness to meet with US President Donald Trump a third time if Washington comes to the table with the right attitude. In a speech to Pyongyang's parliament, the North Korean leader said he would wait until the end of the year for the US to make a courageous decision in this regard. And finally, the weather. Dust, thunderstorm, rain with gusty winds is expected at scattered places in Malakand, Hazara, Peshawar, Kohat, Mardan, Bannu, Diyai Khan divisions, northeast Balochistan, Kashmir, while at isolated places in Rawalpindi, Gujranwala, Lahore, Sargodha, Faisalabad, Multan, DG Khan, Bahawalpur, Sahiwal, Sakar divisions, Islamabad and Gilgit-Baltistan during the next 24 hours. Hailstorm is also expected at a few places during the period. Hot and dry weather is expected elsewhere in the country. To end the news, here once again are the main points. Second phase of China-Pakistan Free Trade Agreement will be signed during Prime Minister's proposed visit to China this month. Information Minister has once again invited the opposition parties to evolve a consensus on military courts to act decisively against the menace of terrorism. Foreign Minister says Pakistan favors participation of all Afghans in the Afghan peace process. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.